In today's video, I am going to be putting you through a full workout that David went through about a year ago. Basically, what we are going to be really trying to focus on is movements and cuts that he makes in-game and that you can make in-game as well as a shooting guard. So let's get down and let's check out this workout that David went through. Really quickly, if you want to be able to shoot the ball from further away, make sure to go check out the shooting workout that is down in the description below, but also make sure to go check out David on Instagram, Hoop with David. Link is also down in the description too. So in this first drill, what we are working on is dribble handoff shooting. One dribble after a dribble handoff and pulling for that shot. We are trying to keep behind that three-point line. Now keep in mind, in this video, he is a middle school player, so he is using that middle school line. However, now he is playing at the high school level and he needs to move back. But this is a year ago when he was a bit younger. Now, the idea here is with the team that he was with, he was getting a lot of dribble handoffs. Every game he was probably getting in the range of 25 to 30 dribble handoffs. And whenever that is the case, you need to be able to learn how to be able to either shoot or drive off of a dribble handoff. Now, some of these are going to be a little bit more flashy or layups than others. We're just trying to work on finishing, and sometimes working on finishing means you need to be able to work on something that is a little bit more flashy so that you can work on your touch around the rim, or at least that's my theory, which is if you can finish with something flashy, you are going to be able to have a regular layup seem so much more easier. So definitely being able to work on different style layups, as we can see here. Now, we didn't just focus on those crazier layups. We did focus on in-hand layups or inside hand layups, regular layups, things like that. Whenever you have 2 hours in a gym, you can work on a lot. If you've got a partner with you and that partner is trying to push you to be able to go faster and faster, or even more difficult, you are going to be very successful. Now we're going to be doing the exact same thing, but now we've set up a pylon. Now, if you've got multiple friends, you can set up fake defense, real defense as somebody who's hedging, as somebody who is maybe going underneath that screen. But here we just have pylons. We're trying to do a non-contact style practice. And here we have Erdy as well, who is helping out and also joining David in the training session. And usually with these two, it was like 5 or 6 shots each, and then they would switch. But either way, now we're working on different crossovers at that pylon. You never know what's going to happen. Being able to work on your handles, different moves, different situations. You basically, what I'm doing right here is I'm calling out what he needs to do, and then he has to try and do it. That way it's a last second decision, and then he's able to work on some of those last second decision making things that need to happen while you're in game 2. Going on with the counter move idea, now we are working on doing a spin move and a double spin move with a finish at the rim. This is a lot more advanced than what a lot of players can do at the age that David is at. And being able to finish like this and being able to move like this, spinning in one direction and then spinning back in the opposite direction, that is what's going to allow you to be able to, of course, score much easier in game. I've also added this in here as well. Now, this is not a drill that I ran with David and Erdy. This is just something that they did while we were having a water break. Quick double crossovers, triple quad crossovers, hesitations, attacking the rim. A little bit of spin on that ball off that backboard. This is not something you're going to do in game, but at the same time, because it's too much dribbling, but at the same time, you're still working on your handles and you're finishing at the rim. Now, this is a very basic drill where you're going to be able to learn how to essentially work off of 2 feet and work off of 2 feet quickly. This is not incorporating a low swipe or a high swipe. We are just trying to incorporate as fast of movement as possible. So basically, I drop the ball, David's on 2 feet, I say right or left, and then he has to go in that direction. He has to be able to explode off, do a quick crossover, and he's got to either pull for the shot or finish at the rim. Drills like this is going to really help with your ability to change directions fast, but at the same time, react faster as well. And then while he's attacking that rim, I have him reacting. So if I say counter, counter, or however many times I say counter, he has to do a counter move while attacking that rim. This is a fantastic drill where now you have to react to the defense. In game, you're reacting to defenses, and the defense would be me saying counter. Now, obviously, there's no defense in the way, but that is a fantastic drill to be able to work on your reactive skills. Next is going to be this drill that we've seen go through a few times, where I hand the ball off as soon as David pulls that ball from my hand. He has to do a quick reverse dribble out, and then I have to go for that steal, whether it's on the right side, left side, doesn't matter. But he has to go for that quick crossover, that quick reaction against my steal attempt, because if you reach, I teach, get what I mean? You have to react to that reach. As soon as you react, that defender is going to be off balance. You have the advantage because now you are attacking the opposite direction that where his momentum is taking him. So now you can finish at the rim, pull for a shot. I think here we were doing mostly just pulling for mid-range shots. That is something that we were working on in this clip, was a lot of mid-range shooting, but mostly in-game reaction style stuff off of the dribble handoff earlier, now off of me trying to steal the ball, on ball type of defense. You have to be able to react to, of course, different situations, and drills like this is going to help you become a much better basketball player. Now we are going to be going into more of a one-on-one situation where you get more basic real defense. So after this clip right here with that nice sidestep that David did, and nice bank as well, we're going to be going into some one-on-one style stuff. So now it's closeout shooting. So I pass the ball out, Erdy goes out, tries to contest David's shot. David pulls for that shot. Now, at this time, this is going to be really trying to help David with timing and understanding how long it takes a defender to get to him, and different situations where is that defender jumping, is this defender not jumping, is he just trying to close out fast, and being able to finish and make shots with a defender who's closing out is going to be something that really does change your game drastically. Now we're working on attacking the basket on a closeout defender. Being able to attack off of a closeout defender is, again, another skill that every player needs to be able to have. Now we're going to be really trying to cool off just a bit halfway through this training session, and we're going to be going for just some drills for touch around the rim. Now, what we've worked on so far is our ability to work off of a dribble handoff, our ability to react to defense. Now we are working on our touch around the rim. We're working on not just the strengths of what David has, we're also working on the weaknesses that he has when it comes to, at this point of his career, some of the reactionary stuff that we were working on was some of his weaknesses. Now it's a strength that he has. Now we're working on a strength that he has as well, which is working and, of course, floaters around the rim. However, left hand is something that he was working on here. In this clip, he's working on his right hand, but earlier we were working with his left hand. Left hand is something as a right-handed player that you really need to focus on quite often. But every time you work on your left hand, you also should be working on your right so that you can stay and keep, of course, the same level of skills on both hands. Now we're going on with the same theme as being able to finish at the rim, and what we are doing is some what I call diamond dribbling. So you're doing quick crossovers, and then you are working on something around the rim. So in this case, we're working on a floater at the rim, and then we are popping out for a shot, because this is a movement that tends to happen a lot in the offense that David was running this year, which was a lot of low post to wing or low post to corner cuts. And whenever we worked on shooting, we wanted to incorporate some kind of movement that would happen when he is in game. And if you can work on things that your offense basically has inside of it while you're in your training sessions, you're going to be very successful because now you are working on the exact same routes in practice or training as you would be doing in game. I also like being able to do stuff like this with a lot of different players because now you are working on not just your finishing, not just your ball handling, but now just by simply popping out for a shot, you can incorporate a shot as well. And you're working on both the ability to finish at the rim and you're working on shooting. And that is something that is very important. We want to incorporate as much shooting as possible. Shooting is a major part of the game of basketball, especially today because of Steph Curry. So being able to incorporate some kind of a shot in your training session is massively beneficial. And remember, whatever you do on one side, you also want to do on the other side as well. Especially if you are a right-handed player and you don't do a lot of left-handed training, you need to be able to finish with your left hand. You need to be able to get layups and floaters and shots, mid-range shots even. The ability to finish with your left hand is so massively beneficial that teams will force you to go left if you're a right-handed player just because they know you cannot hit a left-handed layup. And they can, if they are at a high enough level, for example, the prep level, and they know you cannot finish with your left hand, but you're going to do a right-hand inside hand finish, you're going to be blocked. They're going to figure that out after 2 or 3 times. They will figure that out. It's not that hard to figure out. Now we're going to be working on the same dribbling, but now we're working on the mid-range shot. Again, trying to be able to work on being a 3-level scorer. The ability to shoot threes, the mid-range shot, and finish at the rim is something that will definitely help you as a basketball player because now you are essentially being unstoppable if you can score at all 3 levels. Now we're adding in an extra shot. We're adding in that mid-range step back and then a cutout from wing to corner so that now you're getting used to that footwork, you're getting used to that cut as you would be normally doing that cut in game. So definitely a fantastic drill to be able to do, especially if you are a younger basketball player. Make sure to go check out my shooting workout that is down in the description below if you want to be able to be a better shooter in the game. Also, make sure to go check out David down in the description. It's Hoop with David on Instagram so you can follow his journey becoming one of the best basketball players ever. Anyways, I'll see you guys again in my next video. Hit that like button and subscribe because, of course, David and Erdy are both very good basketball players. So comment that down below too.